Hello and welcome to the Collapse Experiment. If you enjoy this video, please like and subscribe because 89% of you who view my videos are not subscribed, and you're also 98% men. And currently, trying to herd men to do anything is like trying to organize cats. As we should. Cats are anarchists, dogs are communists. Don't be a dog. I guess it's better to just be a cat. But let's move on to greater or less greater things, because some of you have been sharing some very interesting stories about the Renaissance Fair and the ladies of these events. And I use that term loosely. So I am going to go through the comment section because, wow, I thought my story was bad, but some of you out there, you know who you are. Apparently you've one-upped me. So this video is originally shared to Raymond over at his channel, and I really enjoy his channel, and his channel is the reason why I decided to put more work into my channel, because in like 3 months he was able to get monetized, and I've had this channel for 12 years and I've never even come close. I'm getting there. I am getting there. So let's keep this thing going. Let's get the subscribers. Let's get the hours. So, the first story comes from Ken of Ken. Ken, son of Ken. Okay. So he states, dude, that's not a Ren Fair chick situation. That's Charles Manson's girls level crazy. I don't know if meth and LSD was involved, but I was very ignorant in high school. I didn't get to go to those parties. I didn't really have my first drink of alcohol until I was actually 21. I know, I am boring. I understand that. And it was 2 bottles of Boone's Farm, and I was at my friend's house playing a PlayStation 1, enjoying some Driver 2, okay? That is how long ago this was. This is how inexperienced I was with any of this stuff, right? So, he goes on to say, I've been going to the fair for close to 40 years now. Not hardcore, just once or twice a season. I would consider that pretty hardcore. Like, you're purposely going there at least twice a year. And these events are like a weekend. So you're not missing out. I mean, that's pretty hardcore to me. That's like, I've only been to every Comic-Con since 2005. I'm not hardcore. I love the place in large part because it is what I call a nexus of all subcultures. That's not how these things are supposed to work. You have the reenactors, the Comic-Con people. Why are they at Ren Fair? That doesn't make any sense to me. The BDSM and swinger crowd, the bikers, the steampunks, etc. That doesn't sound like a Ren Fair. That sounds like a collection of degenerate. I'm just saying, Ren Fair is supposed to be for the, we're men in tights type crowd. Just saying, I'm expecting to see some Robin Hood, not John Wick, right? My favorite morning was when 2 guys in full white stormtrooper armor walked in. Not Ren Fair. Maybe the Renaissance of a galaxy far, far away. Nothing says Elizabethan England like stormtroopers. Most of us have credentials in at least 2 or 3 of these concurrently. As someone with a lot of connections in the BDSM world, I can tell you what happened to you is way off the charts crazy. Yeah, I know. That's why I shared the story. Unloading on someone with a Passion of the Christ flogging with no warning and consent is beyond the pale in this real BDSM world. Passion of the Christ did come to mind. Yeah. I went to Catholic schools. There, some of that was flashing through my head of like, where's the Roman guard? Okay, I get that. But you guys were in high school, and that age group is not known for great judgment or forethought. No shit, Sherlock. One of my friends decided to see if a 12-gauge Marine flare gun launcher was loaded by firing it under my bed. Spoiler alert, it was. Hijinks ensued. Okay. So, I mean, at least he didn't, like, try shoving it up your ass first, okay? It's kind of like where a lot of these stories... No, I understand that one. What do you do? I mean, because I don't even think a fire extinguisher is going to put out that flare until it's done burning out. Raymond, who this video is intended for, says that's not what I was expecting when you started this story. Holy feces, dude. That's assault, brother. I would have legit pressed charges. High school guys will put up with all kinds of shit, including me. Obsidian Wraith says, glad to hear someone make any regards to this whatsoever, as I have been going to Renfest since 1997. That's around the time that this happened. It deeply pains me to say that as of 2020, I had to finally give up my tradition since it seemingly became a place of congregation for the community of loud, misandrist feminists who will falsely accuse you of just about anything. Did I mention loud? As pathetic as it sounds, it is no longer a place where I feel safe as a man to just have fun while the world is ready to gather their pitchforks and torches to seize thee at the behest of some chick that quickly becomes a witch coven crying wolf. I thought they were supposed to like burn witches at the stake. Like, can't you reverse the role on here? She's a lying witch. Burn her. No, we must dunk her in the tank. It'd be interesting to see if Renfest becomes as the gyms and the clubs have become over the recent years. It does deeply pain me. Oh yes, they're doing that to anything that is fun. But remember, if you look like Chad, she'd just take you in the hay, as they say. Yeah, okay, so a couple of short ones here. Good story, Crazy 10 Faire Ren Faire. Crazy Ren Faire chicks, I'm good. I'm a D&D guy that enjoyed the Ren Faire people, but yes, some can be over the top. Wait until you get some of these other stories on. I've got some Ren Faire chick stories too. Yes, he does. This is Nathan Forrest. Nathan, do tell. Let's see here. Oh, where did it go? I did find it on my phone. Okay, I found it, and it was worth the look. So, no, it is not posted with the video. However, I can find it in my YouTube studio. Here is the story. And this is from Nathan Forrest. I went on a date with this one girl I met at the Renaissance Festival here in Michigan. Huh. We went to see the first Venom movie. I paid for her ticket and food, and she did nothing but talk about some guy she thought was really hot. Of course she did. Dude, that is what, if she's talking about some other dude while she's with you, get the door, she can figure out how to get home. Right in front of me, like a complete disregard for me. Exactly. She would blow up my phone with angry texts, and every time I tried talking to her, she would explode in anger at me. I'm guessing she was hot? Because I don't know why you're putting up with this shit. Nathan, you can do better. I think she might have been borderline personality disorder. Aren't they all? After the movie, I never talked to her again. Good man. All right, good job there. I just don't know why you put up with everything up until that point. Trying to be a gentleman gets you nowhere. Because she's still going to talk shit to you about her friends, even the hot one that you actually wanted to be with. Another girl who was Ren Fester invited me over to her Halloween party. If this was in Michigan, I can well imagine where this is going. I'm a lonely guy. Okay, Nathan. It's okay. And I thought she was into me, so I went over there. I've been there. I understand. Yes, it's a trap. Turns out she was all over some other guy and this naked woman. I'm going to read that again. Turns out she was all over some other guy and this naked woman. I left immediately. Weird stuff. That sounds about right. Yes, I totally understand where that is going. So let's see here. Got to find my place again. All right, we've only got 3 more stories here. James Long. That's kind of hilarious. I used to do Civil War reenacting a lot. Did you ever come across Andreas Strassmeyer? Just asking, what is it with Germans and Civil War reenacting? I got to say that women who get into that are kind of the same way. Not all of them, mind ya, but I'd say better than half. Guys, if you're into freaks and weirdos, apparently Civil War reenacting is where it's at. Now you got me wondering why. I hadn't thought about that in a long time. Camp could be pretty crazy at night. Oh, yes. Chillax. You had your hopes up for a minute till the whip came crashing down. Smiley face. No, not really. No, I actually knew her friend pretty well. Like, we went to school together. That was not going to be a thing. I figured she bought some outfit that she wanted to like show off something. I don't know, the off chance that maybe she bought me a present, which no, that wasn't going to happen either. I figured it was like something that she felt like really hot in and wanted to show off. That's as far as that kind of went. Nope, reality is far out there enough anyway without adding roles. Oh yeah. And the last one, worst storyteller ever, sucky story. How dare you? The story sucked for me, okay? Like, YouTube won't allow what you're looking for, and I'm sure you can find some websites for the type of content you're desiring, okay? Not gonna find that here. So apparently, Renaissance fairs, particularly in Michigan, is where this stuff is at. I didn't have to get past the year 2000 to realize that's not something I really want to get into. And the one comment, yes, ye old katana shop. I thought it was kind of weird that they were selling katanas as well, considering it's Japanese and not European. But when it's a deal, it's a deal. I'm pretty satisfied with that deal. And yeah, you do a little bit of research, and there's a lot more trade going on back then than people like to acknowledge. So, not surprised if there's a katana or two that pops up. And Indiana Jones style investigations of the past, I'll say. But yeah, obviously things were not keeping to historic accuracy back then as well. Stormtroopers at the Renaissance Fair. I only went to a few comic conventions back in the day. The best one I ever went to was, I'm going to say it was either 99 or 2000, and it was at the Kalamazoo Valley Community College. And it was the only time that they ever actually had this comic convention, but it was awesome. They had all these contests and prizes, and there was one booth in particular where some comic shop had an overabundance of stuff that was going to go into the quarter bin, but they weren't unloading it fast enough. So in order to raise money for the next comic convention that just never happened, they sold everything at 10 cents a pop, and I loaded up the back of my car. But Mike Barron was there, and Aaron Warner was there, and there was quite a few at the time big names, whether local or in the industry, that were there. And it was about comics. Some people were talking about animation and stuff like that, right? But it was a comic book convention. These days, it's like, what movie's coming out and what Hollywood star can we have in? And like half of these people that are in these freaking Marvel movies have never read a goddamn comic book in their life. And yet here they are playing this character that everybody loves with absolutely no context. And people are wondering why the movie sucked balls. So I'm not surprised this is where Renaissance fairs have gone. I'm really not surprised that like all the freaks and weirdos that hang out there, and thankfully I'm not the only one that has gone through something like this. So there you have it. More shared stories of Renaissance wenches and all the seediness that happens behind the scenes. Keep on typing.